Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware that April really ramps up the energetic pace of the year, and it opens us up to our first major portal of change through an eclipse, which happens on the 20th of April. Now, many years ago, of course, eclipses used to be feared, but they actually offer an opportunity to supercharge any intentions that you've set, especially as this new moon eclipse is in the sign of Aries. It's a very unique eclipse, and it's a very unique moon, as it is the second moon in Aries in a row, and that gives you that go-getting, tenacious focus to get stuff done. Now, as this new moon also communes with Pluto, anything that's been troubling you or anything inauthentic is actually broken down and released this month. It's a month to declutter, detox your body, mind, and soul as well. Maybe even a little bit of DIY around the home space. Now, it's not all plain sailing, of course, however, because this period can feel a little bit pressurized. As I say that, look at those cards. Okay, so we've got the transformation card. We actually have changing cycles. We've got the inspiration card. We've got all of the cards for you. Maturity. So this is a big month for you. We've got empowerment. You've got all the positive ones as well. We've got the sun card and the leadership card. So this is really, you're being influenced heavily by, I mean, this is even the manifestation card. It's upright as well. So because it's the upright one on the deck, I have to give that to you as well. So this is a major month for you to manifest something that you've been truly focusing on, something that you've been working really hard to achieve. Let me just get the rest of your cards. But as I was saying, this is a very pressurized time because you're going to be doing a lot of multitasking. You're going to be very productive this month. So it is important to set out some time for yourself to really relax. This moon actually, how can I put that? It's in the sign of Aries, so it often indicates a second chance in some area of your life. So if you want a bit of a do-over, or you want to return or revisit a hobby, a project that perhaps you've got on the go, maybe that book that you always meant to complete, or even an area of your life that you really want to reconnect to, strike up those travel plans, or simply rediscover parts of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. This is definitely the month to do that, okay? Now, also, I have to make you aware that Mercury, of course, it retrogrades from the 21st. It's actually in the sign of Taurus, and this is, you know, an interesting dynamic because it can bring miscommunication regarding finances. So it really is a good time to look at your budget, but also make sure that your investments are safe against any economic fluctuations. Now, we've all seen what's going on in the world at the moment economically. I definitely called it a couple of months ago to look out for the month of March into April because everybody seemed to be getting a tower. So it is important to make sure that your finances are in establishments that are not connected, so that you are, of course, insured, and that you keep anything in any investments, really keep an eye on them. That's what I would say, okay? You don't have to be like paranoid or anything like that, but just, you know, keep a little eye on things and make sure that you're protected. But I do actually see with your cards that you're putting yourself in a really good position to weather any economic storm because you are very, very savvy. Okay, now your first card here, I want you to also, your first card is the Death card. So this is the Change card. It's your protagonist energy, but you're being influenced by your 3rd house and your 9th house this month. Now the 3rd house is all about communication, finding your voice. It's also about expanding on opportunities and desires, maybe even taking a quick trip. You may have one planned, or you may be thinking about booking one. Also, you may feel compelled to learn something new. This could be in terms of early learning, education. You may be starting a project, or some of you may be trying to hone your skills that you already have and try to elevate in some area of your life, or just bring a little bit more peace of mind into your life by focusing on something that's always fascinated you, okay? Now, what I'm actually seeing in the water at the moment is someone learning the piano. So if that's you, I'm definitely picking up your energy. It can just spiritually mean that someone is picking up a creative hobby that perhaps they used to do, or perhaps they really, yearned to learn. So I feel it's more like a creative hobby that you're yearning to implement into your day-to-day. And I see you definitely picking that up. It doesn't have to be playing the piano, of course. I feel it is representative of doing something pleasurable that brings peace, harmony, and focus into your life, because of course playing a piano is all about precision, but it's also about listening. So I feel like you are honing your personal skills in those areas this month as well. Now, your first card, of course, is the Transformation card, the Death card. So this indicates that whilst any doors that are closing in your life, there are others opening this month for you. This is a card of releasing bad habits or any cycles that you feel have become stagnant in your world. You really want to take on the new month with a new energy. You want to turn a chapter, as it were. Now, I feel like you're making space for something greater in your life. There's an opportunity that's coming your way it's almost like you're emerging this month. I feel like you are maybe after a period of time where you felt like you've been a bit of a homebody, you've been off grid for a little while, maybe even just focusing on, the home life. I feel like you're emerging, you're coming out of your shell this month because you're being given that energy to do so. Also with the Death card, this signals something big is ending in your life. Now, this could be something that you've been working on for some time. It could be a project that you've been working on. It could be some DIY that you've been doing around the home space. It's finally complete, or it will be completed this month, and you're going to have a real sense of pride of everything that you've been doing. So I know, pat yourself on the back. You're doing a good job. You're doing a job well done, okay? But this signals that some of you may feel like, changing job, or if you're in the career sector, completely changing career. Some of you may decide to move departments, because I definitely see a promotion or some sort of leveling up in your career happening. I definitely see some learning, new skills going on as well. And I feel something you've been manifesting is actually going to show up for you. So whether it is a promotion, raise, or a new job opportunity that sees you expand on your skill set, there's definitely something coming on in that you've been thinking about. You're actually drawing it closer to you. Now, if you're retired, of course, you may not be focusing on your career, but you may be focusing on projects, or you may be focusing on your finances and looking at budget as well, just to make sure that you're still in alignment with what you intended to spend and what you intended to do with your time. I definitely see you picking up a creative hobby, something that you really love. And for those of you who are actually looking for love, I feel like you will meet this person at a place where you express yourself and, excuse me, where you pick up a creative hobby or something that you enjoy doing. It could be something physical, it doesn't have to be a hobby. It could be, something fitness related as well there. But I feel like you're looking at life in the month of April like, okay, I need to revamp, recharge, declutter, and really change things around. So you may, even in the home space, you may be doing a little bit of DIY that perhaps you've been meaning to do, or that you have been in the middle of doing, but you haven't finished it yet. You're definitely going to get projects finished. You're going to get the job done, okay? Now, also your 9th house is influencing you as well, and that's really about higher learning. So some of you will be connecting connecting to your spiritual goals, developing spiritual gifts. Some of you may have a particular craft that you want to pick up. It may be scrying, perhaps it's, tarot, oracle cards. Some of you may even go into psychic development, or you may think about going into a more physical spiritual side like meditation, yoga, Pilates, Reiki, that sort of thing. So I definitely see someone here picking up some spiritual gifts and really developing and honing the natural talents that you already have, because you are very gifted, okay, my beautiful Leo. Whatever you turn your hand to, you're actually naturally good at it, okay? Now, the Three of Pentacles, this tends to mean that you are fixing things. Some of you maybe, fixing delicate situations, shall we say, and making them stronger. You're looking at your foundations that you've built in your life so far. These could be economic foundations. These could also be friendships, and, it could also be projects. This is a time of everything coming together and slotting into place. So you can see that actually you're in a really good position. Some of you may even collaborate with others on projects, and I feel everything comes together in the way that it should, but your talent actually stands out across the crowd. So I actually feel that you are standing out in terms of creativity. Let me get my teeth back in my mouth. In terms of creativity, I feel this month you're going to be very inspired. You're going to take a lot of action. You're going to be very productive. You're getting stuff done, but there is something to celebrate. I actually see some really good news, or an offer to come in for you that is very, very positive. It'll make your heart really excited. It's something you've been manifesting, something you've been thinking about for such a long time. Now, also with the Three of Pentacles, this is actually a very important card, because it does indicate that you're very careful about finances. You're cautious and clever about the way that you spend your money. And you may be weighing up your options when it comes to investments, and really sort of spreading your finances around so they are secure in whatever institution you're housing them in, because of course we've already seen fluctuations within the market, and I have to say, I mean, we all know it's going to get a little bit more bumpy, okay? But I feel like you're preparing. As you can see there, this flower is very, very delicate, and this figure here is making it out of bricks. So I feel you, perhaps your family unit, I definitely see some, everyone pulling together to really make a delicate situation stronger, just in case, there comes, as I said, an economic storm. So I actually see that you're putting yourself in a really good position economically. Also with the Four of Wands, now, this is an interesting energy, because the Four of Wands is really about having time to have fun, especially since you've got Three of Pentacles. So you're busy with your projects, you're busy doing, you're very creative, and actually you're very gifted at what you do. So you are standing out. The Four of Wands indicates some sort of good news coming your way. But also I get this sense that you're trying to bring a little bit more fun and a little bit more spontaneity into your life as well. So April will see you actually reuniting with friends that perhaps you haven't seen for a while. This is really about time for relishing the moment and being in good company, making magic with great people. And whether that's in terms of having fun or it's a creative endeavor, because this card is also a card of, being in a new creative phase. You may have felt recently that you were in a bit of a funk, that you didn't have much energy or motivation, but that Aries energy really kicks into play for every sign this month, especially because we have 2 moons occurring in the sign of Aries. So it is a little bit extra special and unique. Now, the Four of Wands also, for those of you who are in a relationship and you've been going through a bit of a difficult time, I definitely see you patching that up. I see it doesn't have to be a relationship in terms of romance. It could be a family-related relationship, or a friendship, or even a working relationship that perhaps has been a little bit off, or there's been a little bit tense recently. I definitely see some mending in that area and people coming together and actually letting bygones be bygones, okay? So I do feel like any tense situations are changing for the better as well. Now, you may have felt that you've been going through a cycle of bad luck, or that things have not been working in your favor. Things have been slow for you, or they had slowed down. They may have felt a little bit chaotic at times. You may have felt that there's just so much to do and so little time. Well, actually, as you move into April, the pace is still quite fast, but at the same time, it's manageable, okay? This is a card of having better luck this month for you. There's better fortune for you as well. Now, when you get the Wheel of Fortune, it does mean prosperity is headed your way, but it also reminds us that it can be easy come, easy go. But because you've got that Three of Pentacles, I feel like you're being very discerning about the abundance that you're attracting into your life, and you do recognize that to be careful or conservative with any goodness that comes your way. Also, the changing cycles and the Death card, I feel like you are making major changes in your life. I feel this is almost like spring clean for you this month, where you're looking at your life and decluttering the things, the friendships, the circumstances that have outgrown a place in your life, and you're changing things for the better. Now, if you have been trying to buy real estate, for example, or you've been trying to sell real estate and you've been finding it very difficult, there's going to be a wonderful out of the blue opportunity to either purchase the home of your dreams within the budget that you have, or sell your home. I feel selling your home, I feel like you do get just a little bit more than you hoped for, but I also feel it will be a long process, okay? That's what I feel. It'll be a long process, long drawn out process is what I see. Now, again, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and of course there's a lot of map going on in the background, the map of the world. Well, it's not the world, it's like different parts of the world. I feel that some of you may be thinking about either changing country where you work, or even relocating if you are retired. There's definitely some energy coming up of thinking about a holiday or booking a vacation, or even something a little bit more serious and a little bit more rooted by emigrating somewhere else. So I feel like you're really asking yourself, where do you belong? This month, and that's in life. It's not just where do I belong this month, it's like, where do I belong in life? I feel like you're asking those bigger questions, and you're opening yourself up to the bigger dreams that you have, the long-term goals that you have there. And I feel this quest for meaning is actually going to pay off, because you are right on point. Everything starts to slot into place, and I definitely see all the things that you've been challenged with before are starting to shed away, and you're starting to be in more control of the way things are going. And there's a lot more prosperity, success, and a wish being delivered here for you in the month of April. Now, I can see with the Nine of Wands, you've been struggling in some area of your life. It could be that you've been struggling in love. And if you have been struggling in love, or you've been disappointed and let down in love, then I definitely see that there is someone new coming your way. Be a little bit mindful of being guarded, because this new person is not going to treat you like a previous situation. This is going to be someone who is very open-hearted, someone who's sensitive, romantic, someone who, likes the finer things in life, not the wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of person, right? So I'm getting a sense that there's someone coming on in who wants a long-term relationship. So if you are looking for love, this is actually a very positive month to meet somebody. I feel like you meet this person at a place where you extend your energy to do something that you love, a hobby or something that you learn. It could be on a course of learning. So you have booked some sort of course to go to, then there's definitely somebody who resonates at the same frequency as you, and I feel like it's a perfect match, okay? Now, the Nine of Wands also does tell me that you have been personally struggling with something, but you may not have been telling anybody about it. You may have been putting on a brave smile on your face and just getting by, okay? Sometimes we all need a little bit of a hug, and I feel, my beautiful Leo, that you may have, been just, how can I put that, trucking along, doing your thing, and asking the question, like, why does it have to be so hard? Why do things have to be so difficult? Why does everything have to be so uncertain? What is this feeling that I'm feeling? And I get this sense that you've been feeling a little bit like life just feels like it's a bit dull right now, or you may feel that it just seems to be the same old thing, repetitive cycle. You're in a habit and you want to bring a little bit more excitement into your world. When you get the Nine of Wands and it's in this position, it does also mean that you're currently reevaluating circumstances, and you may be feeling a bit cautious. There's some intuition that's been telling you to wait, stop, look around, and question. Questioning is good. So if your intuition is telling you that something is off in your life, then it's important to address it. So if, for example, you're feeling like really low energy vibe because you feel like the good old days are gone and that you didn't like connect to friends or you haven't seen friends for a while. That's all going to change in the month of April because you're going to get invitation after invitation. You're going to get interest from people that you haven't seen for a while. And I'm not talking about exes. I'm talking about friends who really miss you from their life. They're feeling the same way, and they want to reach out. So I do feel like you're going to connect with people that you haven't seen for a while. Also, I feel some of you have been going through some very deep soul searching, and it's drawing up a lot of painful experiences or memories, okay? And I feel like you are actually changing a cycle in order to come out the other side feeling a little bit lighter. So although you have been going through a difficult period, I feel the other side brings a lot of light, a lot of excitement, and a lot better energy. Also, I would say you've been very busy. Okay, you may have even felt a little bit scattered, that there's so much to do, so little time, but at the same time, you feel like you're on a treadmill and you seem to be doing all this running, but going nowhere, right? You may feel like you're still stagnant, even though the month has passed by so quick. I feel that actually you've got to be proud of yourself because you are accomplishing so many things. But we tend to always, as humans, look for the next opportunity, the next goal. You're always on to the next. Your guides want you to celebrate your wins because you don't tend to do that. You tend to like, oh, right, okay, got that done. That was great. Let's move on to the next. But your guides really want you to stop and smell the roses and be like, you know what? I did a good job. Times are difficult. You know, I'm doing what I can with the circumstances that I have. And be satisfied with every effort that you're making because you are doing an awesome job, okay? Now we do have the Ace of Cups. It's in the resistance position. So there can be something that perhaps did not go your way. It can be something that you got disappointed on. It could be like you were hoping to get an offer for either a job or a position or even some sort of raise or promotion, and it hasn't gone your way. There's something better in the works for you. There's something more in alignment with what you've asked for. So although it can be a little bit disappointing at first, it does mean that the universe is setting you up for something bigger and better that you manifested, okay? Now, also, as you can see with this Ace of Cups, there is a period of self-reflection going on there. So you may feel a little bit more emotional than usual in the next month. Also, this is emotional care, especially when you get a 9 of Wands and an Ace of Cups. This indicates that you need to implement more emotional care because you're burning yourself out, and sometimes you're putting yourself last when it comes to your set of priorities. You're always looking after people. You're always making sure all your projects are done. You're always making sure everybody else outside yourself is good. And then right at the end, you're like, oh, you're so exhausted. And you sit down, you go, okay, now what can I do for me? But then all of a sudden you're like going to bed, or the night is over. So they're indicating maybe bringing a little bit more structure into your world. And sometimes you can say no and say, you know what, I can't help on that particular project right now. Or, you know what, I would love to help you, but tomorrow, because today is my day for me. Today I've taken from me. So they really want you to be aware. It's not a selfish act. It's an important act of self-love to give yourself some time to think about the things that you need, the things that your body desires, whether that's rest, a bath, a massage, or whether it's just plain old sitting down with a book and losing your mind into the world of the book so that it takes your mind off all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world at the moment. Sometimes we just need to take a breath. And it's okay. The world will be there tomorrow and it'll still be crazy and it'll still be like going a mile a minute. But you can take that breath for you, okay? So they just want you to be aware of that. Now, your outcome energy, I mean, this is awesome. You've got the star, which indicates things are aligning for you. And I feel this is a big month of clarity for you as well. So anything that you've been working on that you are hoping that all comes together, there's a big celebratory moment. For some of you, it's either purchasing or selling real estate. For some of you, it could be, a project that you've been working on wins an award, or actually you step into the spotlight for something that you've been working on, and suddenly, if you have faith in what you're doing, suddenly it all is connected and it all works out the way you'd hoped for. Lots of new ideas this month for you as well. A lot of growth this month. When you get the star energy, it indicates that you're in the flow, or you're changing your frequencies to match your desires, okay? Albert Einstein always talked about frequencies and, aligning yourself with the frequency of the thing that you want. And as you can see, there's a wonderful bar of music. Now, music is, of course, all about frequency. And we've got the manifestation card, which is the magician. So you are aligning yourself with what you are manifesting at this time. Your true desires are coming into play. Also, with the star energy, it does indicate that you are in a new phase of life where you are connecting to healthier energy. So you are implementing healthcare routines, exercise routines, making sure you get better sleeping patterns, and restructuring your schedule so that you can feel like you're on top of things, because you may have felt a little bit overwhelmed recently. Also, with the star energy, it does indicate some of you will be going through some very deep healing. They'll be very cathartic this month, and it sees you really empower yourself this month as well. Now we've got the wonderful Leo card there, the strength card, maturity. So this indicates that you are evolving. It indicates also that you are aware of what you want and what you don't want in life. And I feel you're doing something daring this month, something that perhaps you've never done before. So it could be that project, it could be a hobby that you've always wanted to do. Oh, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me a song right now. It's a very famous song, actually. And surprise, surprise, I do know this one. It's George Harrison who sings this one. I got my mind set on you. On you. Okay, I got my mind. Yeah, they keep saying, got my mind set. I got my mind set on you is said like 4 times. So I don't need you to, but it's going to take time, a whole lot of precious time. It's going to take patience and time to do it right. Okay, so that's the lyrics they've given me. I didn't want to bore you by saying I got my mind set on you like 4 times. But anyway, so something you're doing, something that you've been focused on, that you've been working hard towards, yes, it will take patience and it will take time, but you've got your eye on the prize. You've got your mind set on this goal, and you're going to reach that goal. Okay, the Emperor energy indicates success. So you're being really strict with yourself. You're being strict with your time. You're creating some sort of schedule, and you're making sure that nothing derails you from your project and nothing derails you from your success. Now, even if you are someone who's retired and you're not really focusing on a work goal, I definitely feel like you have some sort of hobby or project or even a relocation idea that you want to implement, and you'll get that done. You will achieve your goal. Okay, so whatever it is that's daring, with the star and the card of maturity, because of course it's number 8 there, which indicates the self. So this kind of indicates here that you're setting yourself up for a brighter future is what I see. So this is a real month where you're getting plans in place, okay? Now, we've got the empowerment card, which is the chariot card. Again, that can indicate movement, travel, and vacation, or even relocating in some place. When you get the chariot card, this indicates, though, commitment to your goals, victory, and putting lots of energy with discipline to be dedicated, and you will make progress. Okay, you're going places. Wherever that place is, you're going to the top. This is a card also of bravery. Some people, they dream about goals. They dream about things that they really want to happen in their life, but you make things happen. And I feel this is really a month where you're making things happen and you're transforming your life. Okay, as you can see at the beginning, your intention is to transform, change, because you got the death card there. It's got a big old butterfly, and as you can see there, we got the empowerment, which means this transformation is actually going to bring you closer to your goal. It's going to bring you further afield, and you're in control of the changes. These changes are not happening to you, they're happening for you in the most positive ways as well. I mean, you got a lot of Leo in this reading, in a sense. You've got the Leo card, you've got the Sun card, you've got the Strength card there as well. So you're showing up really heavily in your reading this month. This is a huge awakening month where you're going to have a lot more energy, you're going to have a lot more passion. And also, there's a lot of growth and a lot of awareness. Now, what I see here is you being very aware of things that perhaps either need fixing or things that need, and I'm talking about the world. I'm talking about things that you're aware of, that are to come is what I see. Some of you are, I get a sense of you preparing for those things that are to come, because I feel like you're aware that something's off at the moment, and I feel like you're doing what you can in order to put yourself in a very secure position. Also you've got the illumination card there, so this is a card of clarity, trusting in your awareness, but it's also a card of happiness, trying to find a direction. Some of you may have been seeking direction. You may have been wondering where to next in your path. And this is you following the light. This is you following your happiness. You may have even written down like a list of things that you feel really happy with in your life, things that you love doing. And then things that you may have to do, things like duties that you have to do. And you may be looking at how they correspond with each other and how you can make them correspond. And anything that really doesn't match on the list of what you find happy or what you really enjoy doing, if there's anything on the other list that doesn't really match it, then you may be scrapping it this month forever, so that you really just align yourself with your true heart's desire, okay? But you're reaching for something other, and whatever it is, you're going to grab it with both hands. We do have the leadership card, so I definitely get a sense that some of you have been working really hard towards a promotion or a raise, or even being noticed by people in positions of power, and I feel definitely you're stepping into the spotlight, and people are appreciating what you bring to the table of life, not just in terms of career, but in who you are. You're someone who is actually a very comforting presence. You're someone who has that wonderful inner light. I always say, shine your wonderful light, my beautiful Leo, because you actually affect all those people around you. You may have felt recently that you needed to recharge that light because you felt a little bit lost or a little bit unmotivated, but I feel that you are attracting good things at this time, and you're going to step into your power this month even further. Now, the Emperor card is all about success, but it's also about being strict with yourself. So if there is something that you want to accomplish, sometimes we got to make sure that we don't procrastinate, or we don't allow people who do not support our path to derail us, okay? So I definitely get a sense here that you are, getting organized. This is a card of don't wait, take action, get organized on something that you see you need to do. Also, when it comes to finances, especially with the Star, the Strength card, the Chariot card as well, these cards indicate that you are setting yourself up for a better financial future. I feel like there's a lot of abundance headed your way, a lot of really great opportunities that bring great fortune. But also with the Emperor card and the Chariot card, it really indicates you're keeping a tight rein on your finances, and you're being really... It's not that you're being strict with the budget. I actually feel like you're just being very savvy, business-like. Some of you may even set up your own business, or this is something that you've had in your mind for quite some time. I feel like it has taken a lot of hard work, and some of your family members or friends may even try to chip in and help you along your way. It's something that's going to be so super successful, okay? So this is a perfect month to get it done or start it, okay? Now we also have the Magician card. This tells me that you are so talented, you're so gifted, and you're going to be very productive this month. This is a card of you really making things happen and recognizing that you have all you need within you to make things happen. This is a card of accomplishment. It's a card of confidence and concentration as well. What you can see in the mind, you can have in the hand. And I feel the stars are actually aligning to bring you what you desire. This is a card that indicates you're very intelligent, you're very skillful, and everything is happening for a reason, and you've got this, okay? Now we do have a full moon in Libra, and it's on the 6th of April, and it kind of connects to romantic developments and coincides with a grand trine. Okay, so if you are looking for love, you're definitely manifesting love into your world, but a grand trine is actually very, very lucky. Okay, so I do feel that although you may have had a lot of pressure on you recently, I feel that it's going to bring you good fortune, and that pressure will dissipate. Okay, now also we do have the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups is a very interesting card. When it comes to the Knight of Cups, it really indicates love what you do, and the rest will flow from there. It is you being in the law of attraction. Again, we've got music there, so it's about your frequency that you are vibrating at this time. When we're in a peaceful mindset, and we're not so frazzled. That's when we connect better to the universe and the law of attraction. So I do feel like you are attracting good things at this time. But with the Knight of Cups, it also indicates that this is a call to fall in love with yourself this month. And rediscover parts of yourself or things that you used to do or you used to desire, and reconnect to those things so that it brings you peace. Because sometimes as we get older, as we get maturer, we've got a lot more responsibility. We've got a lot more on our plate. And sometimes we just cannot find any time for ourselves to really kick back and relax and do the things that we used to do. I know that once when I was a teenager, I used to love going into my parents' car and locking myself in there sometimes and just getting out of the home space and just playing music like super loud. Do I do that now? No, I do not. But I just, it just came up in the energy just now, and I thought, wow, I used to do that. I used to love doing that, but I just don't do that anymore. So perhaps that will be something that comes to me for April. I don't know why that's coming out there, but anyway. So I really feel like you're reconnecting to things that you love doing. Now, with the Knight of Cups, it does indicate something that you love or something that you will love will be offered to you in the month of April as well. This is very lucrative. It actually increases your money if you're in the career sector, okay? I do feel that there will be some repetitive commitment. You'll have to dedicate yourself with a contract to this thing, and I do feel it requires your skill, but it's because you're the master of it or the mistress of it, okay? It's something you will enjoy, but it will be like repetitive. So it could be like an office position, or it could be some sort of position where you just know what to do like the back of your hand. It just feels like second nature to you, but it will bring more money and more status as well. So you may even have a new title with this role too. Now, what I actually see, there's just a lot of creative energy this month, and fixing things, DIY stuff as well. A lot of self-reflecting and soul searching, and a lot of releasing any sadness or pain that you've been going through. We have an Eight of Pentacles here as well. Eight of Pentacles basically is a period of slowing down to learn more stuff. Almost like we are the apprentice of life. You're gaining knowledge, not only about yourself, but you're also applying your knowledge in order to get to where you want to go in life. I feel like you are orchestrating some sort of change in your life, and you're doing it quite skillfully as well. All the skills that you've developed will help you reach your goals. Now, these could be spiritual goals. These could be you transcending any difficulties that you've been going through, and really finding your faith and connecting to your beliefs in order to find the peace of mind that you desire. But it could also be that you are implementing a new craft or a skill that will help you accomplish financial goals. Some of you may even have a second stream of income, and it will be a creative one where you set up your own business and you bring in extra money just to weather any financial storms. And again, as I said, some of you will be going into real estate in order to help with finances there as well. What I'm picking up with this Eight of Pentacles, I feel like all your hard work that you've been putting in, it may have felt like you're getting nowhere, but actually you're going to see how you're making progress in the month of April. So it's a very positive time where you'll look back and you will be very, very proud of yourself. I'm also seeing that you'll get a little bit more out in nature is what I'm seeing, just to find a little bit more peace of mind. Everything, I just keep getting this energy of everything is slotting into place. Whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. For those people who have had a disappointment in some area of their life, that only means you're being redirected to something better, because rejection is protection and redirection. And I'm definitely getting a sense of your inner compass being guided elsewhere, like you're turning a new chapter in life and you're doing something that you love doing that also brings security and satisfaction. Now, some of you may have had some sort of procedure, or you've been a little bit unwell and you've had to take some time home convalescing. Allow yourself the time you need in order to recharge your batteries and allow your body to, return to what it once was. I definitely see you mending, maybe spending a little bit more time in the home space. I mean, some of you may even work from home, or some of you are trying to set up a stream of income where you can work from home. And I definitely see that being very, very lucrative for you. But if you have gone through an unwellness or a procedure, take the time you need to mend. It doesn't mean that you can't do something, but if you're feeling a little bit delicate, listen to what your body is telling you, okay? Sometimes we just need to plain old rest. The world can be run, and okay, I'm just going to give you the sentence that my guides are giving me. The world can be won another day, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What else do they need to know? Can you please guide them? Life boy, don't give up. Help is on the way. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? One more. Okay, so just show you that life boy, help is on the way, especially since you got a wheel of fortune there. It indicates destiny steps in to change your circumstances if you've been having difficulty, okay? So if you've been trying to get a job, for example, if you've been out of work for a while and you just felt, you know what, Baba, it's just not happening, I actually see a really great opportunity coming in your way. I see you going for an interview for this. I want you to be aware that you've got all the skills you need for this job. Do not doubt yourself. You may look at what they want, and you may look at your resume or your CV, and you may think, maybe I don't have what it takes, or they need this and it's not on my my resume. I want you to have confidence in yourself, because actually you're the best person for the job, okay? You actually do have the skills, and you have everything they need in a person. So you're going to ace it. I just want you to be aware of that. If you've got an interview, you're going to ace it. And if you are struggling when it comes to love, I definitely see you being attracted to somebody that shares a hobby, a common hobby that you have, something creative. I actually see it being creative rather than like down the gym or something like that. I see it more doing something that perhaps it could be a skill or a hobby. It could be a creative hobby that you want to learn. I definitely see you meeting someone in that vicinity, okay? We've also got whale, and it says your voice matters. We already picked up on that. Your third house of communication, finding your voice and expanding on your desires, very relevant this month for you. It says speak your truth, okay? So if someone asks you for your opinion on something, tell them exactly what your opinion is. Of course, be diplomatic. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but they will appreciate you being super honest, because, you know, in a world where people, you know, are fake, or situations are, you know, not what they seem all the time, it's refreshing to be your authentic self. And that person, whoever you give your truth to, they will actually appreciate that you were your honest, authentic self. And I see someone in the future returning a favor because you actually really helped them and you told them exactly what you felt about a situation. So you may hear, for example, you may hear a friend come towards you for advice regarding a relationship, and they may want to mend this relationship. But if this person that they're with is actually not healthy for them, then obviously be diplomatic and say, you know what the heart wants, and if you desire to be back with this person, then absolutely, your happiness is my happiness. But if this person is hurting you, or this relationship is, you know, toxic in some way, then I worry for the future of this relationship, and I feel you deserve better. So it's your choice, but if you want my humble opinion, I believe you deserve better, okay? There are ways where you can say, get that deadbeat out of your life. You know, there are ways that you can be diplomatic about that. So anyway, I definitely see someone coming for advice for you as well. Look at this. We've got another butterfly. These are going to be very relevant this month for you. Of course, you know, we're traipsing on into spring. So wherever you are in the world, I definitely see that butterflies will be relevant. So even if you're in a very cold part of the world at the moment, you may see butterfly imagery everywhere you go. This indicates that the universe is supporting the changes that you're making, and that you are about to spread your wings and fly. I mean, there's so many butterflies here. We've also got a key with a heart on it and a fleur de lis. So this means you're stepping into your power. You're honoring your heart and you're opening doors that have been locked for you for quite some time. So whether those are doors to travel or whether those are doors to opportunity or love, those doors are opening for you right now. Remember that eclipse is actually a portal to supercharge your intentions. So step forward and have a list of what you really want to desire, because you actually are going to accomplish it. And of course, we've got the ring. Now, the ring doesn't always have to be romantic. It can represent a contract. It can also represent a bond between people. So I feel, as you can see, I was picking up a lot of pressure in your reading, and diamonds are formed under pressure. Okay, so I feel you are a real gem and a real asset to every area of your life. I want you to remember that, okay? Sometimes it's tough, but you're doing a really good job. And also, some of you, if you're in a relationship, you may even have someone, your other half, pop the question, okay? So act surprised, but because we got an engagement ring come through here, there is a potential that you are going to have someone to ask you for a deeper commitment, shall we say. If you're looking for love, I do see that this next person is a long-term relationship. You'll settle down with this person, and I definitely see that there's a deeper commitment with this one, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Leo. Love and light.